Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick update video for you because I haven't been recording the process of me modding this SKX for Garret, but give you a quick look at it anyway. Here it is. The movement is assembled, meaning that the hands are on, and the challenging part for me was swapping over the black day and date wheel, which we harvested from the SNK, which I'm going to talk to you a minute about that guy because I ran into some frustration, which led to me deciding to take a breather, and I just threw the whole movement and everything back in the case. I still have to pull it back out because I have to pop the crystal out and replace the chapter ring. Remember, he's got that orange one. We're going to put the orange one in. There's no indexing on it, so I have to like line it up the best I can, just trying to center it in between the lugs the best I can with the marks. Get that in place and then press in the new crystal and new gasket. And then at that point, then I can put the bezel insert, because I'll snap the bezel on and make sure it's clicked into place, and then I'll install the bezel insert. So that way the bezel insert and the chapter ring indexing will line up centered in between the lugs, because there's really no other indices or anything on the dial to line anything else up. So other than that, I did spend quite a bit of time making sure the handset lines up at the 12, the Seiko day and date change. When it happens, it actually begins earlier and then transfers through. So I reinstalled the hand so it would do it just like a stock one would. So there's that. Now I want to touch base on what happened with the SNK. I'm not going to get all the parts out, but you can see, if you look closely, see that little gear right there? It's actually upside down. It's usually flipped over and it drops down basically in the hole where it is right there. That gear is part of, I don't know, maybe you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that has to do with the actual date change. And the way Nick Harris explained to me, because I posted up a picture on one of the groups, he basically said that what probably happened, and I believe him because he's modded enough watches and worked on it. Well, I mean, that's what he does. But I probably had it. What he said makes sense because it was probably in the changeover point where, how Seiko does that, their timing. And I definitely remember pulling the crown out to go. I was going to test it because I swapped over the white day and date wheel into that one because I was going to make that one modded, with the SKX dial in this one, but with the white day and date wheel. So me being a novice, not knowing any better, when I pulled the crown out to make sure the day and date wheel was going to line up, it was in the middle of the change, which is why you don't fool with that stuff in between those certain times. Because that's what happens. That gear will break or whatever like that. That's the first time I've ever had it happen. And it might be just because of the way I put it back together as well. I'm not sure. But, it basically confirms with what Nick explained is exactly what I did. That's what happened. So, side note, if you watch the other video with this Oldsmobile car watch automatic, that was like a few days ago. I just noticed that seconds hand is still spinning on that. That's an automatic. So I don't know what the power reserve is on that, and there's no way I had it fully wound. I picked it up yesterday or 2 days ago and just looked at it, so I'm sure I got a little bit of a whine from that, but that seconds hand is still clicking away. So I just had an idea. I might wind that thing up better, and I might actually throw it on the time grapher just out of curiosity, just to see what it does. But the power reserve on the thing must be crazy. So that's all. I just wanted to touch base on that stuff and talk about this guy. I think it's going to look pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely not my style, but that's the whole beauty of modding watches. It doesn't have to be your style. This is Garrett's style. This is what he picked out. This is what he designed. I'm just trying to help him execute it. So I think it looks pretty cool. There's the seconds hand spinning. Little Seiko shake. So that'll look pretty cool when it's all done with the orange chapter and then the blacked out bezel insert. I think it'll look really good. So see you on the next vid, guys, which will be pretty soon.